Question number 1. The numbers from 1 to 14 are shown in the Venn diagram. List the numbers of the set A intersection B. A intersection B is what is found in A and also found in B. So it's the part which I'm shading there. So the numbers which are found in A and in B. So those numbers are 2, 4, 6, and 12. Part B, list the members of the set B dash. So the B dash means, or B prime, all the things which are not in B is written like that, B with that dash or prime next to it. So all the things which are not in B, and the ones which are not in B are 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. So those are the ones which are not in B. So those are what is called B dash. A number is picked at random from the numbers in the Venn diagram. Find the probability that this number is in set A, but is not in set B. So what are the numbers? Which numbers are in set A, not in set B? The numbers which are in set A and not in set B are 8, 14, and 10. How many of them? 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 of them. So the number of times the event happens, there's 3 numbers which are not in set B, but are found in set A, those 3 numbers. And how many numbers are there in total? There's 14 numbers in total. It tells us in the question there's 14 numbers in total. Or you can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 numbers in total. And how many of them are in A which are not in B? 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So the probability is 3/14. Question number 2. Toy cars are made in a factory. The toy cars are made for 15 hours each day. 5 toy cars are made every 12 seconds. For the toy cars made each day, the probability of a toy car being faulty is 0.002. Work out an estimate of the number of faulty toy cars that are made each day. So 15 hours each day, and we want to change that to seconds. So 15 hours we multiply by 60 minutes and by 60 seconds. That gives us 54,000 seconds. So 5 toy cars are made every 12 seconds. How many X is made every 54,000 seconds? So what we do, we cross multiply. So we do 5 times 54,000 is equals to X times 12. Cross multiply. So how do we get X? We take the times 12 to the left, it becomes divide by 12. So we have 54,000 times 5 divided by 12. And that gives us 22,500 toy cars. So we're saying that 22,500 toy cars are made every 15 hours. So they want us to estimate the number of the faulty toy cars that are made. So you want to estimate the number, you have to multiply the probability times the number of toy cars. Remember, whenever you see a question that says estimate, look at the probability. What are the chances of it happening times the number of them? And that will give you an estimate. So its probability is 0.002, and that comes from there, from the question. And we know there's 22,500 toy cars. You multiply them, it gives you 45. So that's an estimate of the number of faulty toy cars. So there will be 45 of them that could be faulty out of that 22,500 toy cars which are made. For question number 3, on the grid, draw the graph of y equals to 7 minus 4x for values of x from -2 to 3. You can do the graph by either working out the values from using your calculator, or you can do them manually. You can substitute -2 for x, and it will be 7 minus 4 times -2, which will give you 15. You substitute -1 for x, and you work out the answer, you give 11. You substitute 0 for x, it will be 7 times 4 times 7 minus 4 times 0 will give you 7. And you substitute 1, and so on, and you work out all of these y values before you plot the graph, or you get your calculator. If you look on the top left, that is a screenshot of my calculator, Casio graphics calculator. So I put in the function y equals to 7 minus 4x. I start at -2, I end at 3, and it gives me the answers there in the table, and I just write it down. And at the bottom left, that's the table there completed at the bottom left, and you use the values to plot the graph. So the first point is pair of point is -2, 15. Go -2 to the left and 15 up. -2 to the left and 15 up. And you mark the point, -2, 15. Next point, -1, 11. -1, you start from 0, -1 to the left and 11 up. And you mark the point there. Next point, 0, 7. 0, you don't go left or right, you just go straight up. 0, 7. You mark that point. 1, 3, 1 to the right and 3 up. You mark the point. 2, -1, 2 to the right and -1 down. -1 means you come down. And the last point, 3 to the right, -5 down. Remember, in exams, you can plot 3 of these points and draw the line. But in exams, the marker sometimes insists on seeing almost all these points plotted for you to get the full mark. So make sure you calculate all the points on the table and you mark all the points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And then you draw a straight line with a ruler through it. And that will give you the full marks in an exam. Total is 3 marks. The line must be drawn with a ruler. It's a straight line, and you mark all the points and you calculate all the values. Question number 4. Here is a list of 6 numbers written in order of size: 4, 7, x, 10, y, y. The numbers have a median of 9, a mean of 11. Find the value of x and the value of y. So when we count how many numbers there are, 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the middle number is somewhere in the middle of them, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. So how do we get that number in the middle? So when they're even numbers, we add the 2 middle numbers. I've highlighted it in pink. Add the 2 middle numbers and divide by 2. With the 2 middle number, one of them is x, the other one is 10. So you add x plus 10 and divide by 2 because you want to find a number in the middle. And they've told us that answer is 9. So what do you add to 10 and divide by 2 to get 9? You can do the reverse. It's divide by 2. You take it to the right, it becomes times 2. 9 times 2 is 18. It's plus 10. You take it to the right, it becomes minus 10. 18 minus 10 is 8. So that x is 8. The next information they're giving us is that the mean of the number is 11. The mean is when you add all the numbers, divide by how many of them there are, how many there are. So we add all of them: 4 plus 7 plus x plus 10 plus y divided by 6 is equals to 11, because they told us the mean is 11. So it's divided by 6 on the left. You take it to the right, it becomes times 6. So 11 times 6 is 66. 4 plus 7 plus 10, it gives you 21. And you replace x. X is 8. We found x earlier on. X is 8. So it becomes 21 plus 8 is 29. You take 29 to the right, it becomes minus 29. So 66 minus 29 gives you 37. It's 2 times y. So you divide by 2 to get y, 18.5. So your two, the values of x and y are x is equals to 8 and y is equals to 18.5. And after you get your answers, you can always put them back and check if it gives you a median of 9 and also check if it gives you a mean of 11. That's something you have to do when you do an exam to check your answers at the end. Question number 5. Write 5.7 times 10 to the minus 3 as an ordinary number. So we start from the decimal point in between 5 and 7. It's a minus, so we move to the left. 1, 2, 3, because it's minus 3. That's where it ends. So under those arches, that's one arch, that's two arch, we put a 0. So it becomes 0.0057. Part B, write 800,000 in standard form. If we imagine the decimal point from the end there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it becomes 8 times 10 to the power 5, because we've taken the decimal point 5 places. Work out part C. 3 times 10 to the 5 minus 2.7 times 10 to the 4 divided by 6 times 10 to the minus 2. Because you allowed calculator, you do the numerator first. So 3 times 10 to the 5 minus 2.7 times 10 to the 4, that gives you 273,000. And when you divide by the denominator, make sure you put this denominator in brackets so that it would give you this answer, 455,000. So it's 4,550,000. Question number 6. A rocket traveled 100 kilometers at an average speed of 28,440 kilometers per hour. Work out how long it took the rocket to travel the 100 kilometers. Give your answer in seconds, correct to the nearest second. So the distance is 100 kilometers. The speed is 28,440 kilometers per hour. So we are using this formula, speed is distance divided by time. The way I remember it is, for S for speed, I learn is as sausages. D, don't. T, talk. So I know it as sausages don't talk. And to get time, you cover the time, and it's distance divided by speed. So we want to find the time because it says work out how long. How long means time. So the distance is 100 kilometers and the speed is 28,440. And that will give you this 0.003516 and so on hours. Now we want to change that hours to seconds. So we have to multiply by 60 to change it to minutes, and then multiply by 60 again to change it to seconds. And that gives you 12.66 seconds, which is approximately 13 seconds to the nearest whole number. Is 13 seconds to the nearest whole number. Question number 7. Solve 5 bracket 4 minus x is equals to 7 minus 3x. Show clear algebraic working. Part B is to factorize fully, and then part C is to factorize. So question 7a, to solve that, we have to remove the bracket first. So 5 times 4 is 20, and 5 times minus x is minus 5x. So 20 minus 5x is equal to 7 minus 3x. Here we want to put all the x to the left and all the numbers to the right. So minus 3x would go to the left, minus 3x will go to the left, and it becomes plus 3x. Plus 20 will go to the right, and it will become minus 20. So minus 5x plus 3x is minus 2x. 7 minus 20 is minus 13. And it's minus 2 times x. You take times minus 2 to the right, it becomes divide by minus 2. So minus 13 divided by minus 2, it gives you 6.5. So x equals to 6.5. And you can always check if your answer is correct by substituting 6.5 for x there and see if your answer for left and right side are the same. Question 7b. Factorize fully 16m cubed g cubed plus 24m squared g to the power 5. We can split 16, we can split it into 8 times 2. And 24, we can split it into 8 times 3. M cubed is m times m times m. G cubed is g times g times g. M squared is m times m. G to the power 5 is g times g times g times g times g. I've written it out in expanded form so you can see everything. So all the ones in yellow are found in both of them. There's 8 in the left side and 8 in the right side. There's this 2m on the left side and there's 2m on the right side. There's 3g on the left side and 3g on the right side. What do we have left on the left? We have 2 and we have m. And what do we have left on the right? 3 and this 2g. Now we can combine this. M times m, the 8 stays the same. M times m is m squared. G times g times g is g cubed plus 2m plus 3. The g times g is g squared. So that's how you write it in the factorized form. So factorize means put in brackets. So factorize means put in brackets, which is different from expand, which means remove brackets. For C part 1, it says factorize y squared minus 2y minus 48. If you go into your calculator, the number in front of y squared, which is a, that's equals to 1. The number in front of y is b. We consider it b, and that's minus 2. And the one without y is minus 48. So you use your calculator for the quadratic ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. And you substitute a is 1, b is minus 2, c is minus 48. It will give you two answers. X is equals to 8 and x equals to minus 6. So if x equals to 8, and if you take 8 to the left side, it becomes minus 8. So x minus 8. And x equals to minus 6. You take minus 6 to the right, it becomes plus. So x plus 6. So you have y minus 8 bracket y plus 6. So you've used your calculator to get those values. You can still do them without using the calculator, but you allow calculators, so you may as well use it. Part 2, hence solve y squared minus 2y minus 48 equals to 0. Solve means you look for the two values. In this case, that makes it equal to 0, which by using the calculator in previous question, we'd already solve it. So we'll have y minus 8 equals to 0. So y equals to 8. So either y minus 8 equals to 0, so y is equals to 8, or y plus 6 is equals to 0, and y equals to minus 6. Those are your two answers. Question number 8. Here is a 10-sided polygon. The diagram not drawn accurately, so that means you cannot just measure it. Work out the value of x. If you notice, x is outside, so it's an external angle. But we're giving all these angles inside. So we want to find the total angle inside the polygon. We use this formula. The sum is n minus 2 bracket times 180. N is the number of sides, so n is 10. So you need to remember this formula for your exams. So n is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 times 180, it gives you 1,440. So the total angle inside is 1,440. But we know 9 of them. We need to find the missing one. So it will be 1,140 minus the other 9 angles. But if you notice, some of them are double. So 1140 minus this 48, which is on its own, minus 2 times 150 because there's two of them, minus 2 times 168 because there's two of them, minus 2 times 134 because there's two of them, and minus 2 times 125 because there's two of them. And that will give you 138. So this 138 is that number 10 angle inside. Now, a complete circle is 360 degrees. So if the inside is 138, the other side outside to make the complete circle will be 360 minus 138. It gives you 222 degrees. Question number 9. In a sale, normal prices are reduced by 20%. A bag cost 1,080 rupees in the sale. Work out the normal price of the bag. So the bag, the price has been reduced by 20%. So this 1,080 rupees is not the 100%. It is 100 minus 20%, which gives you 80%, because they've reduced it by 20%. So what we say is 80% is 1,080 rupees. Now we want to find 100%. You can find 10% and then multiply by 10. But what I've done here is 80 is 1,080, 100 is x, and then I cross multiply. So 100 times 1,080 should be equals to 80 times x. Now, 80 times x, you divide by 80 to get x on its own, and that'll give you 1,350 rupees. That's the normal price of the bag before they reduce the 20%. Question number 10. A is equal to 2 times 3 to the power 43, and B is equal to 16 times 3 to the power 37. Find the highest common factor of A and B. Part B. Express the number A times B as a product of powers of its prime factors. Give your answer in its simplest form. So if we write A as 2 times 3 to the power 37, so 43 minus 37 would give us 6. So we need to put 6 more 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because 6 plus 47 is 43. And then we can write 16 as 2 times 8 is 16. And then 3 to the power 37. So what is the highest common factor between the two of them? There's 2 in both of them. So we write the 2. And there's 3 to the 37 in both of them. So we write 3 to the power 37. So 2 times 3 to the power 37 is the highest common factor. Part B. Express the number A times B as a product of powers of its prime factors. Give your answer in its simplest form. So A times B, we've written A there, times B. So 2 is like 2 to the power 1 times 3 to the power 43. 16 is the same as 2 to the power 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So 16 is 2 to the power 4. So we have 16 as 2 to the power 4. So there's 2 to the power 1 and 2 to the power 4. The base is the same. We add the power. 1 plus 4 is 5. So we get 2 to the power 5. 3 and 3 is the same base. So we add the power. 43 plus 37. It gives you 80. So it's 2 to the power 5 times 3 to the power 80. Because it's put powers of prime factors. Because this prime number is 2. The prime number is 3. And it's a power of 5 there and a power of 80 there.